Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
Environment.
It's a bright environment. There was all kinds of energy here this weekend. You were missed, Vivian. How are you?
I'm great. I celebrated my mom's 83rd birthday and it was amazing. I made a paella plus a lot of other fabulous foods.
Happy paella. Happy birthday to Mom. And let's meet these fine people.
Well, we got in from Dallas, Texas, Brandy Edwards in the house.
Hello. I'm so excited to be here. This is really exciting.
Brandy, thank you for being here. Let's hear about your amazingness. Vivian.
Armed with a forensics and criminal justice degree from the University of North Texas. I know. A jurist from Oklahoma City U. Brandy became associate attorney at the Blend Law Firm these past 10 years with a focus of preventative law in civil and commercial law, or is it? Yes. Today, her attention is turned to helping her fellow attorneys prevent stress as a motivational speaker and founder of the Self-Love Challenge. Up to date, she's motivated the Texas Young Lawyers Association, female attorneys at the new roundtables, and will soon galvanize the path to Partnership Lawyers Summit. Welcome, Brandy Edwards.
What's up, Brandy? How are you?
Thank you. I love that introduction. I'm doing great. I'm with all of you and looking forward to what this next hour is going to be all about. I'm just happy.
Brandy, wouldn't it be extraordinary to have like Vivian travel all around with you, like your version of like P.T. Barnum, like following you around everywhere?
Yes, I need her in my life.
Everybody needs Vivian. She's extraordinary. So thank you, Brandy, for being here. What's your fun fact?
My fun fact is actually 3 years and 2 months ago today, I stopped drinking and went plant-based at the same time. So enjoying counting those days without alcohol, it really allowed me to elevate my life personally and professionally.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Extraordinary. And as somebody who has had alcohol around them, I have never had a challenge with alcohol and I really don't drink, but impact his life and our family's life. Congratulations. It's extraordinary.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Vivian, we got some other fine folk to participate with Brandy.
We have in from Central Jersey, Janice Arellano in the house.
Hi.
Janice is in the building.
She went from a cum laude in philosophy at Mount Holyoke College to becoming an educator via the University of Pennsylvania, and then a jurist from Temple U. Today,
Janice, I think the Quakers are in the building. Yes, please.
Today, Janice is counsel at Cleary Jacobi Alfieri with a focus on civil, commercial, and employment law. She also serves on the Supreme Court of New Jersey. Women in the Courts Committee is VP of Communications for both the Asian Pacific Americans Lawyers Association of New Jersey Board and the Hispanic Scholarship Fund. So welcome, Janice.
Thank you for having me.
Janice, we're hearing leadership like all around you and in you and being caused by you. Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
And what's your fun fact today?
My fun fact, which was I think on my LinkedIn as well, I'm highly involved in aerial arts. So I do trapeze and silks. And that's something that I've been doing. I started it before law school, but then during law school I stopped and then picked it up again here in New Jersey and New York. And it's something I love to do.
So I was channeling your inner aerial act when I was referencing Vivian as not P.T. Barnum in the circus. It's perfect. And what's your favorite move or the move you're most proud of that you've ever done on the trapeze?
A handstand on the trapeze.
That is hyper impressive.
Yeah.
Congratulations and welcome to the party.
I think this is a sport you need to try, Sean. Like you're a sports enthusiast. You're into all kinds of sports. I think trapeze sports should be your next sport.
I was just about to say that, Bella. Have you tried it, Sean? Have you? Because there's nothing you haven't tried.
I have not, and the fact that I'm blind, actually trapeze might work out like reasonably well. Like, that could help, so.
Janice, will you teach Sean how to be a trapeze?
I would love to do that.
And can we ask and what do you call it? Like when you're a trapeze artist, like a trapezist, like what are you called?
You could just say trapeze artist.
Trapeze artist.
I think a lot of people do that. Or acrobat. Aerial acrobat, they do say that.
Amazing.
Sean Kelly, the aerial acrobat.
Yes, thank you.
I'm not sure.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm not sure if you've seen that, but a lot of amateurs, at least in Florida, they bring the straps now. It's like a yoga or couples yoga thing, and they put them on the palm trees, so it's not high up in the air, but it's low level, and they kind of do their thing on the beach. And so I don't know if that's anywhere else, but I've seen it in Florida all over the place.
Yeah. Well, that sounds extraordinary, and we're excited about that. Except that there's not like a risk of life and death. I think we're generally not interested. But if you raise it like 100 feet up, we'd be like, it'd be about something. We'll have some fun and talk about what we're talking about in a minute.
Oh, I think that's a start.
Law, though, Sean, you could be doing some acrobatism defense law here.
Acrobatism defense law is what I want to be doing. But I want to invent the word trapezist. Like I want to invent that word. Like I'm down.
How about trapezoid?
Trapezoid. Amazing.
Is that a part of your shoulder or something?
Yeah. We have a fun group here today. I love it. I love the energy on Mastery Monday. Vivian, let's meet some of these judges.
Yes, we do. We have Silvio Labrador in from Maplewood, New Jersey.
Jersey's in the house.
Realtor and investor at Remax Select DNS Property Group with a focus on fixing and flipping single and multifamily homes. Perhaps his psychology degree from Rutgers helped Silvio understand people and buying behavior, which is why he's created magic these past 5 years, closing over 90 sales, renovating and selling over 20 spec properties, and walking around with a fabu rental portfolio. So welcome, Silvio.
Thank you. Excited to be here, guys.
Silvio, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm excited and humbled and very appreciative of this opportunity to connect with you guys.
We're grateful for you and all these fine folks being here, for your courage, vulnerability, what is this-ness that might be present, and what's your fun fact?
Fun fact is that I'm somewhat of an amateur chef. I cook dinner for my family between 5, sometimes 7 nights a week. And I've really honed my skills over the last 10, 12 years. I'm hoping to one day open a restaurant.
Wow. Come on over. Let's play in my kitchen.
Yeah,
I'm a cook too, baby.
We could do a paella battle.
Let's do it. Let's do a throwdown.
Hey, Silvio.
In your paella?
So, Silvio, quick fun fact. Would you like to understand the depth of my prowess in the kitchen? So, can you ask me what the last thing I made in the kitchen of my home was, please?
What is the last thing you prepared in your home kitchen?
I got a glass of water out of the refrigerator, and that is the most in-depth cooking I've ever done in my kitchen in 10 years in my home.
But I'm sure you eat, so hey, we all got to eat.
Uber Eats is amazing. For anybody that doesn't know, Uber Eats is extraordinary. Silvio,
If it weren't for Uber Eats, Sean would starve.
Yes. It is absolutely amazing. So
You
Sylvia,
probably can do like a Twix Twizzler melt business going on your stove.
no, I am not joking. The only thing I've ever used my stove for is to light the fireplace with like paper move into the room. That's it. Never, I've never cooked anything except newspaper on my stove.
Newspaper.
All right. So we got Sylvia. We got some other judges. Who we got, Viv?
In from Cherry Hill, but a self-proclaimed nomad who's been to Columbus, Ohio, San Francisco, Miami, Edwin Monterosa in the house. He went from getting his master's in healthcare management from St. Joseph's to a leadership degree in healthcare at the Wharton School. Since then, he's worked in all
More
areas.
Quakerness is in the building.
Uh-oh.
More Quakerness is in the building, please.
He is now a proud executive director, Comprehensive Cancer Center at MC Radiation Oncology Center, Miami. He's passionate about strategy, planning, startups, expansion programs. He even revamped the radiology oncology department and recently completed the construction of a new comprehensive cancer center. So welcome, Edwin.
Thank you very much.
Edwin, welcome to the party. Thank you for being here. And what's your fun fact?
Well, I'm a little bit of, I don't know what to say. I'm kind of like Sylvia here. Even though I've been in the medical field all my life since I was 21 years old in radiology and radiation oncology, I've always had a passion for real estate and kind of, finagle a little bit in purchasing. So back before the big bubble, I purchased a few buildings in Queens, New York, very cheap. So just to give you an idea, $250,000. You couldn't buy that for an apartment at that time.
Hey, and Ed, can I borrow $50?
So, and then, I wanted to really dig into real estate, but then traveling and everything took me away from it. But now I'm more into the building of comprehensive cancer centers. So even though it's not private property, apartments or buildings, it is building cancer centers for for hospitals or private investors, and then purchasing small facilities, medical facilities, and investing in medical facilities. So even though it's not personal real estate that I'm buying on my own, it's with a lot of bigger groups and in the medical field. So it's within the medical practice of not only managing operations, but building from the ground up, and then turnkey operations, then flip them over to whoever, the owners or the purchasers or whoever they are. So I'm involved in the clinic and the operations construction side. So it's something I love. It's putting multiple careers, multiple dreams and things to kind of fruition of, what you do to give you that, I love what I do, and, I'm doing everything that I love doing.
That's awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you at a high level. Quick fun fact share for our Penn Quaker friends. My cousin Jamie is a physician at Penn Hospital and has delivered more than 3,000 babies there. So when we hear Penn, I think of Jamie, and a lot of it has been for people that were in underprivileged circumstances and had real challenges. So she has dedicated her life to supporting people in that environment. So, and thanks so much, Edwin, for being here.
No, thank you. No, it's a pleasure always. Like if you get into a field, I'm pretty sure some of you have that, you wouldn't be as good as you are if you didn't love what you do. And that's something I can say for myself. Been lucky to do something that I love doing it, very enthusiastic about it. And I am so thankful that, I was able to be put in this position. So helping cancer centers, right? You can treat them all day long and deal with cancer patients all day long, but then to build facilities to make it better, more pleasurable, more, comfortable. So the experience is different. Nobody wants to deal with cancer, but if your experience and your designing of how you travel through the facility, how the staff treats you, and everybody's comfortable, they love what they do, the workflow is great, it affects everybody around. And that's what I pride myself in designing and maintaining, and just the overall experience of a cancer. You got to make it the best you could possibly be, even though it's an terrible situation. And just the fact on my end, I've been doing this for since I was 21, and my mother passed away of colon cancer. So not only do I do it because it's something I was passionate about, but it's a personal experience, and you hear it all over. So it's something that I love doing, and I couldn't do anything else.
Oh, you're sorry for the loss, obviously, of your mom. Your passion, your presence, your care, your intentionality, your purpose have come shining through your being today, Edwin. And thank you for being here.
That was such a beautiful, heartfelt share. Thank you, Edwin.
Yes. Vivian, who
in
got
from Wayne, New Jersey, we have Bob St. Paul in the house.
We got like jerseys in the house. This is the most people from New Jersey we've ever had on Real Raw. It's extraordinary. So,
Hey,
Sean.
There, everybody's
Bob,
there.
how are you?
Good. Been a long time since Network Plus.
This is unbelievable. Yes, let's drop in. We're going to go back in a sec. This is amazing. So, guys,
Bob went from studying government at Connecticut College to a juris from Seton Hall. He then went into mortgages from Horizon to Skyline and became an agent at Affleck. Today, he's marketing manager at Cornerstone Capital Financial Services. So welcome, Bob.
Well, Bob, before we drop in on that, what is your fun fact today?
Fun fact, well, since we have someone who went to Holyoke, I guess my fun fact is when I was a junior in college, I spent my junior year abroad. I went to Smith on the 12 college exchange program.
That is extraordinary. So, Bob, welcome. And what Bob is referring to, Bella Vivian, which you may have heard, is Network Plus, an organization that I've shared, was a part of back when we had the original program in 0456. And that is unbelievable that Bob is here. So what have you been up to for the last 15 years, brother?
Yeah, just hanging around the mortgage business.
Awesome.
Playing golf 5 days a week, having fun, living the dream.
No, that's a lot of fun, brother. And what brings you here today? What's your intention? What's your outcome? Why are you here today?
Shanti invited me, and I did one of these programs on Friday. It was a lot of fun.
Cool. Well, appreciate it very, very much. So we're having fun. It's been an extraordinary journey, and really appreciate being here, Bob. And it's great to reconnect.
Thank you. Good seeing you again.
Good seeing you. So Vivian, we got we got Janice and Brandy and Edwin, and we got Bob, and we're just having an amazing time here today. And we got a role player.
And she is also in Jersey right now. We have Bella Verita in the house.
Bella, what are you doing in New Jersey?
I came in for a stripper convention over the weekend.
Let's hear about the sales sorcerers, Vivian, please.
No, I came in for an unblinded immersion, and I happen to be staying at your beachfront house right now, of which I'm looking over the ocean and getting to enjoy a beautiful view.
Has this been approved by anybody? Does anybody know? Nicole, did you know Bella is staying at the oceanfront with all these other people? What is happening? So, yes, this is crazy. This is trespassing and insanity. So, Vivian, let's hear about the sales sorcerers.
Bella Verita started selling at 8 years old, pretty little crafts, from rainbows to cute little things that she makes for anything at home, like little scarecrows on her front lawn, and grew those skills into a 7-figure networking business, helping thousands build 6-figure businesses too. She then went on to build the #1 business brokerage in the state of Nevada. Today, she's the sales sorceress and CEO at Align Sales, a female sales recruiting agency that places sales unicorns in companies around the U.S., helping them scale, grow, and create magic. So welcome, Bella.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome, Bella Verita. And what is your fun fact or friend?
My fun fact is, what is my fun fact? Well, we've talked a lot about cooking. This is something you may not actually know, Sean. Did you know I had a catering company at one point, and they used to cater to private jets? I had a catering company called Wings Catering, and they catered to private jets in Austin.
I love wings. You used to make wings?
I didn't make wings. It's the name of the company was Wings Catering because I catered to private jets, so I named the company Wings.
Wait, you named your company Wings, and you catered to private jets, and you did not make buffalo wings?
No, nobody ever ordered buffalo wings. If they had ordered them, I would have made them, but nobody ever ordered them.
Vivian, is this shocking to you?
This is shocking to me. By the way, wings are one of my favorite things ever.
Yes.
We had lots of wings over the weekend, Vivian.
Yes, Vivian, we need you here. We miss you. It's a party. So Bella, welcome. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Vivian, we love you. How do people find Dishing It? If people want to know more about Dishing It, more about Vivian, what do they do?
They can go onto Instagram to audition it, or they can go onto Vivian Inc., which is my other website, which is right there, and it links there too. And they could go on to vivianguzman.com, which is my website. And they also have my email here in the chat, which is vivianincorporated@gmail.com.
You're like a corporation. I'm getting Vivian Inc., Vivian this, Vivian that. Like, you're a rock star. And thank you. And we love you, Vivian.
I love you. And thank you for having me. Have a wonderful, wonderful, fun show, everybody.
Bye, Viv.
Ciao, Bella.
Silvio, Edwin, Bob, are you guys ready for Brandy and Janice? Are we ready?
Ready.
Awesome. Bella, are you ready?
I am ready.
Who's going first?
Ooh. Brandy, pick a number, 1 or 2.
2.
2. So you get to choose if you're going first or you're going to throw Janice and their proverbial bus and make her go first.
I'll go first.
Way to go. That is a leader right there. Let's go.
All right. So, Janice, who would you like Bella to be? It should be anybody you want her to be. It should be herself. She'll be an ideal client avatar. She'll be somebody that you want to raise money for charity with. Like, what would you like her to be? Our only thought is that it's a yes that you're seeking that is relevant to you. Because you're like, what are we doing? It's like a sales thing. No. Our leadership, our recruiting, our management, some part of leadership, of course, our marketing, our selling, all stem from yes. Like, yes is what causes things. Yes causes the acceleration of people's financial abundance, their time, freedom, and scaling, the magic of their life, all the incredible things in personal and professional relationships. They start off after yes, and they are protected by knowing when to say no. So what we do here is to go from hello to yes with our amazing role player. So she'll be anybody you want her to be that you're seeking that yes from. So who would you like Bella to be?
Bella, I would like you to be a speaker's agent with a bureau looking to book potential speakers.
Love this.
Hire them to speak to various businesses that reach out to them.
Fantastic.
This could not be better timed, Bella.
I'm not confused, Sean.
Yes. Bella is standing for being one of the world's top speakers. That's what Bella's standing for. You're not, my friend?
That is a fact. Yes, sir.
Own that, because I heard your certainty drop just a little bit. Are you not standing for women?
I am standing for that. Yes.
Thank you. All right, take us in.
Hi, Brandy.
Hi, Bella. It's so nice to meet with you today. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to have a conversation.
Yeah, thank you for scheduling. I appreciate it.
So I am curious, before we really get started into more of the specifics of what I do and what I'm looking to do within the legal community, what is your favorite thing about what you do as a speaker's agent in helping bring people's messages to the audience that needs to hear them?
I would say my favorite thing is seeing people's messages. You know, there's so many different messages out there and a variety of impacts that people make. And so I love, just seeing the variety as a whole.
Definitely understand that. And I'm curious, what makes you really happy within your role of spreading people's messages and seeing the variety? What brings you happiness professionally within your job as a speaker's agent and personally as well outside of work?
Well, I think the thing I love the most is when I can negotiate like higher speaking fees than my speakers are used to. Like, I love to negotiate. I love to expand their awareness on what it is, like their value that they think that they bring. And when I can actually, get them, more for, more money for their speaking fees. Like, I love that. And I love when, they tell me like, oh, I would like this specific stage, and then we can actually get that stage for them.
I love that. I love that, especially as a speaker, knowing that you have someone like yourself advocating for us to negotiate those higher fees. I absolutely love that. And so I'm curious, that brings you happiness within your role as a speaker's agent, but what do you love doing outside of work? Is there anything that you're really passionate about?
Someone asked me this last night. I am super passionate. I love to travel. I love to experience, new places. I am not much of a, things collector. Like I don't, I used to be in the purses and shoes and like all of that, but I love experiences. I love new experiences. And that includes food. Like I'm a huge foodie. So one of my favorite things to do is like take an evening and go to like 3 or 4 different restaurants and like, and like try different things. Like a food adventure. Anything adventurous, basically, whether it's like jumping in the ocean when it's 37 degrees or, trying some new food. Like those are, I love adventure, but I got to take a quick call right now. And Brandy, if you'll give me just a moment and I'll be right back.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Amazing. So Bella, did you happen to jump in the ocean anytime recently that was like 37 degrees?
Yes, twice yesterday with this crazy nut job named Sean Callaghy, who thinks it's a great idea to jump in the ocean when it's 37 degrees and you can like, get hyperthermia and brain freezes just from jumping in the ocean.
Brandy, don't you think that's a good idea?
Not something I would particularly enjoy, but I love that she's living her best adventurous life, and I will cheer her on doing that.
It's amazing.
And there's this, like today, there's like these crazy waves that are like going sideways. And I would say they're probably like, I don't know, at least like 3 feet tall from like the water. I know you measure them differently as surfers, but there's like crazy waves out there, Brandy. And do you know that in this ocean in front of me, in crazy waves like there is today, I was taught to surf by a blind man?
That's incredible.
Isn't that crazy?
That is very impressive.
Yeah. His name was Sean Callaghy. Taught me to surf in these crazy conditions. It was like tornado. There was like some tornado, out in the ocean somewhere. And Sean thought it'd be a good idea to teach me to surf that day.
Brandy, I have no idea what she's talking about. I think this is like in a delusional fantasy world of some sort. So, no, yes, that did actually happen. So, Brandy, thank you. Great job. Janice, who would you like Bella to be?
I would like her to be somebody that would possibly fund a charity in education.
All right. Bella, you're a charity funder potentially. You got some bucks. You ready?
Got some bucks. Okay.
Go.
Hi, Bella. What was one thing when you were a student that you loved to do and study?
Oh, well, that's 2 different questions. The thing I love to do as a student, the thing I love to study is 2 very different questions. I would say my favorite subjects in school were actually math and science.
Okay. And are you using math and science today in your current role?
To count money, yes.
Okay.
Count sales, count money. Like you gotta know your numbers to know your sales and building a company. Like trigonometry and like all of that, maybe not so much.
Are you satisfied with your career right now?
Yes.
How would you like to inspire other students to reach their goals just like you have?
In what way? What do you mean?
To build the career that they feel fulfilled in and to make an impact in the world, similar to what you have been doing.
So it feels like 2 different questions. So I just want to make sure I'm answering your question because I thought the first question something had to do with the education of children, but then you mentioned something about like inspiring them to do what they want to do in the world. So wait.
Well, you used your education to build your career, and you use your education to build, whatever what you're doing right now. And you're making an impact. You said that you've traveled, you moved in different places. And, many students today, they want to have the same impact in the world that you have. They want to be fulfilled in their career, but sometimes they don't have the resources to do that. And I'm calling on you to see if you would be interested in helping support students fund their own, to fund students' careers that may not have the means to have done that.
So like what would that look like? I don't know. Like what does that mean?
A scholarship. Fund a scholarship for a student.
So like to
go to college or to pursue higher education.
Okay, so are these like so I think I have another call that I need to take right now, but I would like to learn a little bit more about Are we talking like, these are high school students that need to go to college for something specific? Like, I'm not clear on exactly what we're talking about, but I am super passionate about education. So maybe you can share a little bit more when we come back.
Oh yeah, I'd love to do that.
Okay.
Right.
Sean,
Excellent.
I gotta go surfing.
Excellent work, Janice. Janice, how'd that feel for you?
It was a little bit challenging because she had follow-up questions, but I appreciated how she asked me those questions, and it allowed me to clarify what I was talking about. So
Awesome. Excellent work. We'll be back in round 2 in a minute. Let's first see what the judges have to say. So let's start with Bob. You have 30 seconds to give some feedback first to Brandy. 15 seconds on what worked, 15 seconds on what could be optimized in a mastery, and a score on a scale of 1 to 10, Bob. Sound fair?
Sure.
All right, let's start.
Score at a scale of 1 to 10, I'll say an 8. I like the introduction. I like the way you turned the interviewer into the interviewee. But I think where you differentiated from Janice is you never got to the ask. Janice got to the ask. When I looked at Janice, I'm going to also give Janice an 8 because I'll be fair. Janice never introduced herself, never said who she was, but she got to the ask. And to me, that was important.
And your score is?
8 and 8.
Nice. Well, thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
Excellent. Let's go Silvio. Silvio, what do you have first, please, for Brandy?
So for Brandy, I really liked the types of questions that she was asking and trying to establish a personal connection, and also kind of trying to, I guess, create some emotion in the person she was asking, interviewing. So questions that are going to elicit, emotional responses, and, what do you love? What really gets you up in the morning? And, I guess it's always important to stimulate emotions in conversation, because that will lead to the answers, that you're looking for. But I have to agree with Bob. I mean, just, getting to the important question, right? The reason for the call.
Score is?
I'm sorry?
And your score is?
Oh, my score. I would give, I don't want to sound harsh, but I would just say 5, only because, the important question wasn't asked to elicit the yes response. So I would say 5.
All good, Silvio. Channeling a little inner Simon Cowell-ness on the raw today. I mastered.
No, I don't. You said 1 to 10. That's, I don't know.
We're having fun. You're amazing. By the way,
Robert's giving him a thumbs down.
No, it's not. It's neutral. It's neutral.
Silvio, we like your courage and vulnerability. Right? It takes courage and vulnerability to be a role player. Like Brandy and Janice, takes courage and vulnerability to speak your heart as a judge. It's awesome. We're just having fun. So you're doing a great job. And what do you have for Janice?
For Janice, I guess definitely more clarity in the questions that you're asking, because I noticed a couple times where Bella wasn't exactly sure what the question was, and there was, of course, 2 different questions kind of tied together. And I think a lot of us do that all the time, where we have different thoughts in our brains and we kind of want to let it all out, but just really streamlining the question asking to kind of, boil down to the most important questions, or really what it is you're trying to get at, and create a clear path for the other person to respond the way that you're looking for them to respond. So I would also say 5.
Nice. Thank you, Silvio. Edwin, what do you got?
He's a tough judge, man. Man, it's hard to follow that. So no, I actually enjoyed both the interaction between Brandy and Bella. I felt that, she asked the right questions. I thought she was trying to be personable. I thought it was very more of a one-to-one friend, kind of just asking the basics. I didn't think, I thought it was just a good rapport back and forth. I felt very comfortable listening to both of them. So I would go with Robert, and I would think that Bella deserved an 8 on that, because I kind of followed the conversation of back and forth. It was more of a friendly conversation.
Yep. So Brandy got an 8, and then
Brandy
how about
got an 8?
Yes.
Janice?
Yeah. Okay.
Countdown 25 seconds.
And then Janice. Your
And then
feedback.
Janice, I agree with both of them that I think she was very specific, very straight to the point. And when Bella didn't understand the question, Bella was good enough to say, I don't understand that. That's 2 questions, kind of the feedback, right? So communication is the do I understand your question? Let me repeat the question. Those are two separate questions. I'll answer this question. If he wasn't sure, she said, my thoughts are this. So because of that, of the back and forth feedback, I would give Janice a 9 and, in that conversation, but just because we're trying to understand what you're asking. But I think overall, it was a great rapport between everyone. No, I really appreciate it. So
Awesome.
Brandy 8, Janice 9.
Nice. Thank you very much for that, Silvio. Edwin, Bob, Bella's back from surfing. Janice, are you ready for round 2? Because she's got some bucks in her pocket, looking to like maybe do something with them, and it could be help a student. So you're ready.
Hi, Bella. How are you? How was surfing?
It was incredible. Water was beautiful. Caught some good waves.
So I know that before we jumped off our last conversation, you asked me, who are the demographics? What type of students are we talking about? We're talking about high school students who are the top of their class, but they may not have the means. Their families may not have had the means, and they're high school students from all over the world. But they're the top students, and they're the ones that are going to make an impact in the future. And they already have all these ideas. And so I wanted to know if you'd be interested in supporting one student in funding their. I know you may have the means funding either. We start very small. We start either from $500. Some people have funded an entire 4-year college tuition. So I'm just asking for. You are one of those people that students would be interested in learning more because you have a great background career-wise, and they would be inspired by you, and you would be that type of person to fund them, and they would get to know who you are as well. So
I would definitely be interested in that.
That's great. And so what can you provide? What amount are you thinking about? Are you thinking about on the lower end, or would you be able to?
Well, what are like my options, and like does like 500 gets this, that, like what are I like, what is the?
Okay, so 500 would be books for their first semester in college, or even a year, depends on what school they go to. And then an entire school's tuition could be $100,000. It really depends on where they go, but those are the ranges that we've seen in the past, and I think that whatever you're comfortable with, we're happy with, and your support. And if you provide $500 or more, you're going to be connected to that student, and that student will be very appreciative of whatever you can provide.
Yeah, definitely. Whatever we can, however we can support, would definitely be interested in that.
That's great. And so we can, so tell me what amount are you thinking about? And you could always change the amount. But
yeah, let's start with 500 and see what we can do from there.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Janice, you accessed some bucks from Bella. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How was that for you?
I think that was a lot better because I can tell I was able to explain, I was able to answer a question that she had and follow up from there.
Awesome. Well, congrats. Great job. And Brandy, Bella is back. Are you ready?
I am ready.
She's looking for a rock star on a stage. I have this weird feeling that might be you. So please take us in.
Hi, Bella. Thank you so much for connecting with me again. How are you doing?
I'm excellent. Thank you for calling back.
Yes, and I just want you to know I really appreciate your time, and I intentionally did not have an ask for you when we talked last time. I know that you're looking for speakers, but I am also looking for the right speaker's agent and speaking bureau that I want to have represent me. So I really appreciate getting to know you and the value that you place on really getting your clients bigger speaker fees and things like that. So just wanted to let you know that my ask and my purpose of having a discussion today is to see if you would be interested in representing me as a speaker. And if you have a few moments, I would love to just give you a quick outline of who I speak to and what my mission and my message is.
Yeah, I would definitely love to hear.
So I really love empowering the legal community because as an attorney myself, there are so many people in our profession that are burned out, they're stressed, they're struggling with depression, substance abuse problems, and a variety of different stressors. And my mission is really to empower the legal community to become a zealous advocate for themselves, not just for their clients. And I do that with two specific presentations. One where I encourage the attorneys to prioritize their happiness, and I have 5 steps that I walk them through that process. And then I have another presentation that I give around stress management and really emphasizing the importance and the power of attorneys pausing. And I have 2 acronyms, or I have one acronym that I do for the mindfulness presentation, and it's pause, and I break down what each letter means. And so in person, I give out this card, and it outlines the acronym of different actions that they can take. And then on the back, it gives some journaling prompts. So it's an interactive presentation. And then with the happiness presentation, it's actually based on an upcoming book that I have coming out. It's a collaborative book with different authors. And I really feel that that helps establish me as an authority in this space, and really think that that's something that attorneys would resonate with. And so I would love to just send you my speaker's reel, my speaker sheet, and just send you some more information so that you can have more clarity on whether you have questions or want to move forward. Is that something that you would be interested in having me send you?
Yeah, I would definitely love to see that for sure.
Thank you. So before we get off, do you have a quick question or anything that you would like to ask me?
No, I would love to, see your stuff and see, your speaker reel and see if we can be the team that represents you.
All right. Well, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brandy.
Excellent work, Brandy. How'd that feel for you?
It felt good, rushed because I was going on 3 minutes. So I was trying to be articulate and concise, and under pressure, I felt like I was rushing.
Well, congratulations though on what you're up to in the world, because those are extraordinary challenges to solve for. And Unblinded, we talk about the fact that people want more money and or they want it in less time, and they especially want it with more magic. And in the legal profession, there's extraordinary challenges, obviously, that are out there at remarkable levels at every criteria you could imagine. So thank you for the great work you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, hey, could I ask you this? Would you want to step into and play a little bit of a fun role play?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I will be anybody you want me to be. And you will, if you wouldn't mind, will be the role player. So like my little fun challenge coming from you is you give me who I am, you give me who you are, and what's the yes I am seeking. It could be on anything in the world.
Okay, and so I'm the role player, and so you're going to ask me questions, and you're seeking a yes for me?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and do you want me to tell you who I am as a role player? Is that what we're getting at right now?
Yeah. You can make me into anything.
Okay.
You into anything, and I'm seeking the yes from you. So I have no idea what this is going to be. I have to step in and step into that dynamic.
Okay, well, I am going to use this as a learning opportunity to see how you would try to do what I just did. So I would love to be the speaker's agent, and you be the attorney that is seeking to empower the legal community with more happiness and stress management. And you're looking to have me hire you or represent you to book you to different firms and conferences.
Awesome. And would you give me permission to be you?
Absolutely.
Okay. And so how about you are Anne? Is that okay? What name would you like to have as the speaker agent?
Brad.
Brad. Okay, you're Brad. I am Brandy. Yes?
Yes.
All right. So, hey, Brad, thanks so much for taking the quick call. I know you only have about 3 minutes and you get hit up by a ton of people, and you just are going to assess whether we have a longer meeting or not. So I'm really appreciative, though, you taking the time.
You are very welcome.
Yeah. And again, this is Brandy. And what I stand for are people. People, one of the most important professions in the world. But I'll step back into that in a second. If I could ask you, and I know we have 3 minutes, but I really want to speak into your listening. So why do you do what you do? Like, what's the ultimate vision? Like, I know people do lots of different things, but in the space of booking speaking, like you're causing impact in the world. I'm sure you're present to that. But what's it about for you? Like why this and what's the ultimate mission, Brad?
For me, I really love putting people on stages because there is a positive ripple effect with whatever their message may be. There's an audience that needs to hear it. And so I love being able to pair the right speaker with the organization that can really benefit from their message the most, and also representing the speaker in getting more opportunities, more exposure, and really helping elevate their career.
Oh, extraordinary. And what for you, Brad, is the ultimate vision? So you're making these placements, like, you know, when it's all said and done, if you could have it all your way, what are you looking to create out there?
I am looking to create an impact with my work, because if I am not placing the right speakers to the correct audience, the message isn't going to land correctly. So it's not just what the client wants. If they want a specific speaker, it might be me looking at my resources and saying, you know, you requested this specific speaker, but actually I think your needs will be best met by using another person, and then recommending them.
Yeah. So I'm hearing this like beautiful matching of like opportunity and speaker. Look, I could ask you this. What do you think the world needs most? The entire business world, speaking world. You see everything. I can't even imagine the requests you get and the eclectic and diverse amount of speakers that come your way. What do you think the world needs right now? Like if you have it, like you choose it, what would that be?
The world needs more happiness.
I felt it. So thank you for that. And thank you for your stand. Like that came through clearly. In the last 45 seconds or so that we have, could I share just a little bit about me?
Yes.
Yeah. So again, my name is Brandy. And Brad, what I'm a stand for are people. And I'm a stand for people in the legal profession. And I'm a stand for their happiness. The numbers are earth-shattering. Attorneys have higher divorce rates, alcoholism rates, drug abuse rates, depression rates, and these are the people shaping the fabric of our society. You know, attorneys are the trusted advisors along with accountants and financial providers, but attorneys are the backbone. And people can't stand the state of the legal profession, and most lawyers feel it and absorb it. And they have this like wildly complex dynamic of dealing with judges and judges that are not there to dispense justice, but there to get managed by a time clock. The system is this stress-inducing, insane cauldron. And my work is to take people, not just from their head, but into their heart, their soul, their being, whether lawyers or not, by the way, because I could speak on topics beyond that. But in the legal space, that's my sweet spot, the heart of what I do. It's to cause lawyers to open their listening, to get beyond the cynicism, the sarcasm, the negativity, the lies, the darkness that they're in, and not in a Pollyannic and false promotional positive way, but an in-depth choice level of freedom to step into true happiness. Sounds like a lot, but if you give me a 15 to 30 minute conversation, if this resonates, I'll unpack it and you'll see it's real. So how does that resonate or not with you, Brad?
I would absolutely love to explore that further and schedule that call.
All right. Well, thank you. We'll follow up.
You're welcome.
Randy, how'd that feel for you?
That was amazing. You were speaking right to my soul with how you were just connecting on an emotional level with what you're doing, and really helping me see your vision and the impact that you're making in the world and that you want to make.
Yeah. And here's the most fun part about it. Can I share the fun fact?
Yes.
I was being you because that's who you are. Is it not?
It is. And I was actually trying not to get emotional listening to you talk, because I felt that passion come through, and I felt that's how I am in the world and what I'm trying to do. And so it really resonated with me. So that is interesting to know.
Yeah, immensely grateful. Bella, how was that for you?
I like Brandy. I'm just in tears, you know, over here, and I had to put myself on mute because I was rapidly taking notes.
Well, I appreciate it. And this is what we do. So thank you for that opportunity and the privilege, Brandy, of that role play. So thank you. So let's get some assessment from the judges about what transpired. Not feedback from me. I mean, you can feel free to make a comment. Don't have to. But let's start with Brandy and her role play with Bella. What do you have, Edwin?
Edwin?
Oh, I'm sorry. Trying to put
He
the
was
mute button on.
mesmerized too. He was left speechless by what you did, Sean.
Exactly. So you just said it exactly. I think, it's funny with Brandy, what she said, and kind of takes my earlier conversation where I'm very passionate on what I do. And anytime that I hear individuals, they talk about the 1%ers, but I think passionate people who love what they do, they are in that 5 to, less than that percent. And I can see Brandy, I can even see it in Janice, in their passion for what they do. And that's amazing. And that alone is a group on its own. So obviously heartfelt, mind-wise, you fell into that hole of I'm in 110% and I'm going to do it because I love it. And it's gratifying to yourself. It's great that we make money doing it, but it's secondary, tertiary. It's the passion, the love, and I think he was completely out there. So kudos to you.
And what was your score for Brandy?
What's that?
What was your score for Brandy?
I would say a 9.
Beautiful.
And how about for Janice, please?
Oh no, Janice is the same way. Usually, it's the same thing. Very thorough, very direct. She knows what she's asking. She wants to hear those answers. She wants to get just questions answered. And if she doesn't get a clear, then she's going to ask it again and again, so that different types of questions to get her straight in her head of, is it answered right? Because, you can go to your friends and ask them, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? But if in your mind, it's not 100% or it's not secure, or it's not what you think that, not that you're looking for the answer you're looking for, but you want to be sure that the answer you're getting, it's what's the right thing to do. So, once again, what you're looking for, and kudos to you too. So I would say a 9.
Nice. Well, Edwin, thank you so much for your openness, for your heart, for your passion. And if you were going to tell somebody how your experience was in the Real Raw today, what would you tell them?
Well, no, I really don't have any additional good comment. I think what they're doing is fabulous, hence they are where they are today. And I think, having these type of feedback, I think to me, feedback is amazing, because you could talk all day, you could act all day, you go crazy in your mind. And this happens to me all the time, and I see it in both of you. You interview, or you contract, or you negotiate, or you presentation, and before I leave, I'm like, oh my God, should I have done this? Could I have done that? I could have probably improved on this. And we're all the same. So I actually connect with Brandy and Janice in multiple different ways, where you second guess yourself all the time. And hence, we kill ourselves. And a lot of times other people see you as a bright individuals, but you yourself are your biggest judge. And I think it shows with Janice and it shows with Brandy.
Awesome. And you know what, Edwin?
Not alone.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being here. And Edwin and all, our brightness, our hard work, our integrity, our heart-centeredness. So brightness, hard work, heart-centeredness, integrity have as much to do with our skill set of going from hello to yes as they do if we're going to be a plumber, if we're going to be a cook. It's a skill set. It's an acquired, developed, deep practice skill set. And
let me just give you a 2-second thing. I told everybody that I'm in Miami for 2 years. I've been back here, and I'm not going to give you a long story. I'm selling my house here in Cherry Hill to we'll go with Bella. It's in Miami, in Florida. And in Thanksgiving, I had a fire in my garage. So the house was sale, immaculate, ready to go. And now I'm doing exactly what I do at work, which is build cancer centers, but I deal with a different level of professionalism. Now I'm the general manager for my own home, and I have to deal with sheetrock, painters, plumbers, electricians. And I already fired 3 different companies because they don't care what they do. But I could tell you one thing, the electrician, who's a master electrician, I don't have to tell him two things. He comes in, does his job, and when I leave, when I come and check, he's done more than I would have asked him, because that's pride. So it doesn't matter what we do. If we take pride into our work, it shows, it shines, it comes out. And then everybody else who just does it to get a dollar is going to work 10 times as harder because they don't take pride in their work, and that's a shame. But that's what we have to live with.
Agreed. Thank you, Edwin, very much for being here today. I appreciate you, man. Silvio, what'd you have for Brandy?
I thought it was great. I mean, I thought the first thing that comes to my mind with Brandy's presentation is polished, and the words and sentences just flow really effortlessly, and you have it so nailed down what it is you do, what your mission is, what your goal is. You know, you there's no stuttering, there's no hesitation. You know exactly what you're going after, and just really smooth, a beginning, a middle, and end. I really liked it. I thought it was a huge improvement. I'd give it like an 8 or a 9. Let's say 8, because I believe everyone has room for, including myself.
Nice.
So you see how I left some runway for the, to raise the score on the second go around.
We can always rise in our mastery. Always. So thank you for that, Silvio. And how about for Janice?
For Janice, again, I also thought huge improvement. I think, Janice, you can take yours to another level if you are able to relate a story about one of the students and kind of pull on those heartstrings. So what you can relate a quick story about a student that through the funding was able to, get their college education. They went on to get a job, and kind of make that very, very personal. And then at the end, when you ask, rather than say, what do you think you can do? A question like, you can help a student just like the student I just told you about, just for, $1,000 would get them started. Would $1,000 be a sufficient donation for you, or do you want to do more? So putting like a finite amount, don't leave it up to the person to decide what they think, because they might not know. 500, they might want to do 5,000, but they don't know if that's enough, too little, too much. So you put a number on it and then see what they come back with. So, but I'd also give you.
Janice is?
What's up?
Your score for her is?
8.
8. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And Silvio, how was your day today on the Real Raw? How was your experience?
It was awesome. I mean, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this, and I'm just really appreciative. And I was a little nervous, but I guess I'm better for doing it. And I guess the one takeaway I have is that, mastery doesn't require hours of study or practice. You could do a 3-minute role play in the morning with a coworker and kind of, charge the batteries for the day, so to speak. So one thing that I'm looking to do now is just implement simple 5-minute practices with my coworkers and my team to grow our mastery. It doesn't have to be an hour-long meeting. It could just be like a simple 3-minute role play. That's the biggest takeaway I got.
Thank you. And you are in the right space for that, brother. Thank you. Bob,
yes.
Quick score, please, for Brandy.
Okay.
What do you have?
Quick score for Brandy. I'll make this quick. Brandy, as good as you think Sean was as you were just as good as you. As a former attorney who suffered through depression, alcoholism, divorce, you hit me. I give you a 9.5.
Nice. And how about for
It
Janice?
was amazing. For Janice, I'm going to give you an 8.5. I'm going to move you up a little. I liked what you did. The same comment. You settled for too low. The other thing that you never went into who you were and what you do. You went into what you were asking for. But who are you? Why should I give it to you and not to somebody else? 8.5. Time's up.
Bob, thank you so much, brother, for being here, for your energy, efficiency. And how was your day on the Real Raw today?
This is a lot of fun. I can't. It's a blast.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you here, and there's lots more going on. So, looking forward to co-creating. So, thank you, Bob.
Thanks.
Yeah, and Brandy, how was your day on the Real Raw today? Fantastic job, and thank you for your courage and vulnerability.
Thank you for having me. My day on the Real Raw has been fabulous. I have learned a lot, and most importantly, I think what I was able to learn is the passion that I have and the impact that I'm making, that it's well received, because I can be my biggest critic, and Sean, when you were role playing and being me, I was like, wow, he's so incredible. He's so amazing. I wish I could come across that way. And essentially, the feedback seems to be that that is how I came across. And so that was very validating for me. And so thank you for that experience.
Awesome. Great job, Randy. And Janice, how about yourself?
I had a great experience. It was great getting feedback from people who don't know who I am, but they can, they can give me professional feedback instantaneously, and that can translate in anything I do and improve my communication skills, either, personally or professionally. So I think this is great.
Yeah, no, Janice, thank you. And everybody, before we kick it to Bella for final, just leaning into it, I've had the unique privilege of breaking sales records on Tony Robbins' stage for Platinum Partnership, having 2 top 100 national jury verdicts as only 2 attorneys in the country. I had 1.2 million to be there twice between 2014 and 16, and the only one who was blind, with documents, cases with thousands of exhibits, not able to see anything, as well as building a 40 and then 125 person law firm that I still have the unique privilege of owning. And none of those things are because I'm smarter. I failed high school freshman geometry. I ran for president in 7th grade of my class and lost brutally. They're because I learned the superpower of influence, integrous influence, no pitching, no hooking, no closing, no funneling, value add, hello to yes, and the incredible science of it. And we're just coming off of doing this with hundreds of people over the last couple of days. And I'm immensely grateful for all of it, for you guys being here today. And I hope that our work continues together, because this was a fun little tip of the iceberg, but there's a lot more to potentially do. So Bella, final.
Yeah, on that note, Sean, we just came out of, I was having some fun earlier, but we really truly did come out of a weekend unblinded immersion where, Sean broke down this thing called the formula and the how to go from hello to yes, the 4 energies, the 12 indispensable elements. Like there is a formula for rising in the mastery. And I just, I see, I got to experience obviously just from Brandy and Janice today. And both of you were absolutely extraordinary. And what you want to do in the world, Brandy, the impact that you want to make on attorneys, and Janice, the impact that you want to make in students is on the line. Like it's at stake. Those attorneys, their lives are at stake. Those children's lives are at stake. And the more yeses that you're able to get, the more impact you're able to make. And so every Monday night, Sean breaks down what the formula is, like how to go from hello to yes, how to do exactly what he does. There's 4 energies. There's 12 indispensable elements, and he breaks those down on Monday nights. And I invite you all to come back. And I usually, kind of joke around, it's like better than happy hour and all of these things. But really and truly, if you want to impact lives the way that you want to impact lives, you want to be there tonight. You want to be there tonight at 7:00 so that you can rise in your mastery in going from hello to yes. And I typically joke around, if you've got something better to do, we'll send wine to your house, but I won't. You should be there, especially for I'm speaking to the both of you because there's so much on the line for each of you in each one of those yeses. And for every, one more yes that you get to get is one more life that's impacted. So I definitely invite you all to come back. They'll, you'll get a link. I'm sure Lorelai. And then also Vince dropped a phone number and a link in the chat. And, if you just want to learn about what more of what Unblinded did, how you can apply it into your business, definitely book a call with one of our team members, because we want to continue this journey with you. So back to you, Sean.
Yeah, no, immensely grateful. And whatever the journey is, if this is the end of our journey together, influence is in fact a superpower. And we rank in the world on number 1 to number 8 billion on our ability to go from hello to yes. Just like there's the world's strongest woman, man, highest jumping, fastest running, all the things. And the Bruce Springsteens, the Oprah Winfreys, the Tony Robbins, the Martin Luther Kings, the Ronald Reagans and Bill Clintons and Barack Obamas and all these fine folks that cause and create leadership, that's a skill set. It's learnable, it's duplicatable, and we don't learn it in school. So have a beautiful and incredible day. And Bella, we're all blind.
And just learning to see.
Yeah. And thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Janice. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you, Edwin. Thank you, Bob. Have a beautiful day. Hope to see you soon. Thanks.
Thank you, Sean.